2nd, 1987, in Hurricane Hugo. Hugo had wind speeds of 125 miles an hour coming right down the Catawba River where it came in Charleston, South Carolina. That's the start of the Catawba River, even though the South Carolinians don't call it that, but that's what it is. Well, he arrived to find nothing left of his A-frame home families when they were up here. About that time, the sun was high enough they saw something floating in the center of Lake Norman, over here on the Mooresville side, off the port side of the boat. Turned out to be John's large A-frame home. Floating in the late 70s, he got real busy and built this half-mile-long roadway or causeway you see from the main family farm out to the small hill, and another half-mile-long roadway out to the Big Island. To help recoup the building of that roadway in the early 80s, with local development and friends, they built these 8 condominiums on the island. 6 of those 8 condominiums are still owned by the original purchasers or their families. They are considered some of the more desirable condos in the eastern United States. They do have water view all 4 sides. It's a privately deeded and gated island. It includes the private swimming beach to the right and the marina to the left. Has swimming pool, tennis court, and cabana. Those are extremely nice condominiums, being several of them. Now, this glass 3-story high-rise we're coming up on, that's quite a controversial piece of property. Anything that was left standing was given a permit, grandfathered in, but allowed to remain standing as long as it stays in good repair. Man bought that lot about 4 or 5 years ago, tore down the screened-in porch where it was sit, started building that high-rise over the old house foundation there. Can't do it. So he started building that house. It's been in court for 5 years with stop work orders. He's paid over $150,000 in fines and legal work. If he ever gets the house, gets a certificate of occupancy, he put the house on the market to be able to lease it for a minimum of 3 nights. It will lease for $4,811 a night times 3. $14,435 for 3 nights. With cleaning fees, service fee, occupancy fees, and taxes, a grand total of $17,858 for 3 nights. It does have 2 elevators. The top floor is a swimming pool. Now, to make the deal even sweeter, it does come with the use of a pontoon for 3 days if you decide to rent. Anybody want to rent? I have a phone number up here. Tell them I'm your renting agent. I want the commission. Now, if you look immediately to the right, this flagpole here, that's the summer home of a good friend, the prominent attorney over in Cabarrus County. Look to the left of that flagpole we go by. That fire hydrant is the last symbol when cotton was king in the South. That fire hydrant came from Cannon Mills, Plant 1 over in Kannapolis, North Carolina, the largest textile manufacturer in the world. Kannapolis was also the largest unincorporated town in the world. That fire hydrant came from Plant 1 in Kannapolis, North Carolina. The largest plant Cannon had in its team. And I was the Chevy dealer over in Kannapolis for 40 years. My dad and granddad another 44 more. Me and Dale Earnhardt, probably 2 of the greatest things that ever come out of Kannapolis. Okay, this code we're coming up on over here is Kaiser's Code. Naturally, because it's on Kaiser's Island. But what makes it unique, you'll see 2 of the grandfathered-in structures here on the lake that remain standing. Homes built out over the water. These are the only 2 left built over the water. The larger Daisy and Jennifer Loveland. Most of the lake scenes were shot in Lake Lure, North Carolina, up near Chimney Rock, but they were editing the film. They wanted to shoot as you can tell, we go by that brown house immediately to the right with the flag on the deck. That's one of the grandfathered-in structures. after we have a hurricane where the lake gets up to close to 100 or a little over, which is very rare. It's only done that once or twice in the last 30 years. There'll actually be water lapping at the front door of that particular house. Now we're rounding the corner into an area of the lake. The colloquial name is called the shortcuts or the S-turns. You're actually going to have to do a figure S to stay in the channel as it's marked to go down towards the big water on Lake Norman. The correct name, however, is Knight Straits. There are 5 channels and creeks going different ways in here. This is one of the many areas experienced and non-experienced captains get lost. They don't know the navigation code and the International Code of Navigation are extremely good. Dead reckoning skills, and they know how to use their GPS. We're going to round the corner here. You're going to pick up a mountain range. This mountain range over here to the right is called the Little Mountain Range by the locals. The mountain to the left is called Anderson Mountain. The mountain to the right is Cajun Mountain. Cajun Mountain is restricted. No one's allowed on the top half of that mountain since 9/11 due to the government and navigation and radio control equipment set up on top. However, the mountain coming into view to the right, Cajun, does have an airport or a cargo strip on it. The NASCAR team, Concord Regional Airport, close to the speedway. Now, the big buildings you see coming into the right of the mountain range over there are the Spinnaker condominiums. Again, very desired baby back ribs. They have absolutely some of the best baby back ribs you'll find anywhere in the area. Sitting on 1.77 acres of land. Now, if you're interested in golf, this is an extremely good location. Either side of Mr. Fox's house, you can go to the back of those coves on your golf cart. Everybody up here on the lake has a golf cart just about. Run back to the Donald Trump Country Club and Golf Course. That back Norman's popular with area boaters because of the way it's marked. That navigation pole you see off to the right, marker 12, is one of our numerous navigation aids. This lake is marked according to the International Code of Navigation. All you got to remember, red right returning. Always keep your red to the right, returning from the sea. The sea is right to the headwaters. The far side channel markers are always green and odd numbered, 1, 3, 5, 7 to the headwaters. Get lost anywhere on Lake Norman, find your red or green pole, or over here to the right, this point lot's got a big moose standing up there in the woods in those pine trees. That moose made his first appearance on Lake Norman. When you see the house, you'll know he had to have been a real good retired attorney. House was on the Iredell County tax books for $4.5 million. Kurt bought all over the lake, not for being a big NASCAR driver, but because of his unusual pontoon boat. He had an inboard outboard pontoon with a full-blown NASCAR racing engine with a turbocharger. Had open over-the-water exhaust, which are illegal in North Carolina in most states except for competition. Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams is a retired NASA space engineer. His home is also a Woodbury hurricane-resistant home. When there's anything major happening in our space program or foreign time, but at 15 till, I'll have to call last call for alcohol. State law does prohibit leaving this boat with any form of alcoholic beverage. It's just so we got 3 licenses for this boat, 3 licenses for the lady, and 3 for the channel. That new house has just been finished up. You'll notice it has an infinity pool here. Probably the only resident living on Lake Norman could care less about the I-77 toll road nobody wanted. We're going to have to pay for or the widening.